Evening all on this beautiful day. I'm very happy to have in 4 years time a second chance to have a Toastmasters meeting on my birthday. The second time that I can give a speech. It's a beautiful day with again beautiful Brussels weather, I believe, for coming by bike. Well, I'm not going to tell much what happened on the 11th of March. Well, it's also a very tragic day because 20 years ago we had the Madrid bombings.
Yes.
And I got to know that this day is Remembrance Day for the victims of terrorism in Europe.
Yes.
Also on my day, in 2011, there was a disaster in Japan, the big earthquake with the nuclear disaster in the Fukushima nuclear plant. But I'm not going to speak about that. Dear fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests, 3 days earlier, as we talked already about it a bit, it was Women's Day. And in Brussels there were thousands of people in the street. Somewhere in a house, Sarah was doing household. And yeah, we have a lot of things that we celebrate that women achieved. And for example, maybe why people in Finland are so happy that Finland was the first country that had one of the first countries that had voting rights for women. Also New Zealand, it was the case already in the beginning of the 20th century. Maybe there's a correlation. Or maybe in New Zealand they have also something for sheep, some strange insurance. I'm not sure, but there might be a relation. Well, it seems quite logic, equal pay, and now more or less it's the case. But some things were really strange for me. For example, then voting rights for women in Switzerland, it was only from 71. It was a bit shocking for me. What was also a bit shocking for me, that in the 70s, women could not get a credit card. So, and maybe there are some people remember, but if I think back of my mother and her generation, if they would go to a bank as a young adult in their 20s, after finishing the studies, could not go for a loan. But then, what really strikes me, recently I see a lot of articles about 9 to 5 days, which is ideally for men. And it's not only for economic reasons, because in some very demanding industries, they work clock round. Also with night shifts, day shifts, early day shifts. But what really strikes me is that the 9 to 5 is really made for men. It's still a man's world, because for women, they have a different energy levels. They have energy levels that is aligned with their period, 28 days. In some weeks they have a high energy, some weeks lower. And with the ovulation, which could be like a summer period, they have the highest energy. Well, I would even change the title of my speech. Will it ever be a women's world? I would say, yes, it's not the question, will it be? It's a question, it will be. And not only for women, it would be beneficial, it would be also beneficial for people with chronic diseases, depression, people with migraine. So I would say, for the women, I have some good news. I think you will get there in some time. And you will have some allies with you, some people who could benefit as well. And I think we men could also do. Thank you.